Have you ever wondered why memories of painful experiences linger? Why a single childhood event can shape the course of your life? Why, no matter how much you might want to just let go or move on, your body seems to keep pulling you back into old patterns, triggers, anxiety, and suffering. Imagine your mind desperately trying to forget, but your body refusing to cooperate. Manifesting trauma in chronic pain, illness, anxiety, or numbness. This isn't weakness, but the remarkable truth that the body holds the legacy of our lived experience. Today, we reveal why healing isn't just in our minds, but in our bodies, and how to reclaim your life from trauma. Welcome back to our channel, Being and Beyond. In today's episode, we explore The Body Keeps the Score by Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, a groundbreaking book that changed how millions understand trauma, memory, and healing. This book is significant not only for survivors, but for anyone seeking to improve mental health, relationships, and personal resilience. It offers hope and practical tools for breaking cycles of pain, reconnecting with yourself, and building a future informed by knowledge, not fear. Introduction: Trauma is everywhere. Van der Kolk introduces his story as a young psychiatrist treating Vietnam veterans who struggled with invisible wounds. Even when their minds tried to bury what had happened, their bodies kept reliving the pain through nightmares, flashbacks, rage, and disease. This experience led Van der Kolk to reshape our understanding of trauma. It's not just a bad memory, but a deep wound in mind and body. Trauma is not rare. It's at the root of countless emotional and physical symptoms silently shaping our society. Part 1. The Rediscovery of Trauma. Chapter 1. Lessons from War. Working with veterans and survivors of abuse, Van der Kolk saw that trauma persists long after danger is gone. It's not simply mental illness. It's a disconnection between what we consciously remember and what our body feels. Trauma survivors often feel deep shame, guilt, and confusion. Their bodies react as if the event is happening all over again. Chapter 2. The Trauma Spectrum. Trauma is not limited to war or violence. Divorce, childhood neglect, accidents, or even persistent emotional abuse can produce lifelong symptoms. Van der Kolk shows how trauma shapes identity, relationships, and even physical health, linking it to chronic pain, digestive issues, autoimmune disease, and more. Part 2. This is your brain on trauma. Chapter 3. The Anatomy of Distress. Van der Kolk explains brain structure, how the rational brain manages thought and reasoning, why the emotional brain stores instinct and reaction. Trauma disrupts the balance. The amygdala drives the body's stress response, releasing hormones that keep us on guard, while the prefrontal cortex struggles to override the alarm. Chapter 4. The Nervous System and the Body. The autonomic nervous system runs automatic stress responses: fight, flight, freeze, and is intimately linked with trauma. Constant activation of these systems keeps the body in hyperarousal, ready to react even to ordinary situations as if they represented life or death threats. Chapter 5. Disconnection and Disassociation. One of the most profound effects of trauma is disconnection, not only from others, but from oneself. Many survivors feel alienated, numb, and outside their bodies. Van der Kolk describes how this disassociation protects us in the moment, but later prevents us from feeling alive and connected. Part 3. The Minds of Children. Chapter 6. Attachment and Early Trauma. Childhood trauma, especially from caregivers, creates lasting wounds. Van der Kolk dives into attachment theory, showing how safe connections shape healthy emotional and physical development, while neglect or abuse produces lasting vulnerability. Chapter 7. Abandonment, Abuse, and Neglect. Children who grow up in unsafe environments struggle with relationships, trust, and self-worth. The consequences aren't just emotional. Abused children are at greater risk for illness, addiction, and difficulty with learning or employment. Chapter 8. The Limits of Diagnosis. Kolk notes that current psychiatric diagnostic systems often mislabel traumatized children, diagnosing them with ADHD, depression, or conduct disorder instead of recognizing the root cause, developmental trauma. Without proper diagnosis, these children miss out on effective treatment and understanding. Part 4. The Imprint of Trauma. Chapter 9. How Trauma Persists. Kolk shows how unresolved trauma keeps replaying itself, not just mentally, but physically. Survivors may have chronic muscle tension, physical pain, migraines, or emotional reactivity, all as echoes of trauma. Persistent stress hormones keep the body from healing. Chapter 10. Memory and Triggers. The mind tries to shield us from traumatic memories, but the body reacts as if the danger is still present, getting triggered by sounds, smells, or harmless interactions. Even if survivors cannot recall the events, their bodies respond as if reliving them. Chapter 11. Shame, Alienation, and Community. Feelings of shame make people hide their suffering from loved ones and even from themselves. Trauma survivors often withdraw from relationships and lose connection with their communities, deepening feelings of isolation and despair. Part 5. Paths to Recovery. Chapter 12. Reconnecting Mind and Body. Healing begins with mastering awareness, becoming present, learning to observe bodily sensations, and reconnecting thinking with feeling. Mindfulness and grounding practices help survivors process trauma, bringing body and mind into sync. Chapter 13. Methods for Healing. Kolk presents evidence-based therapies for trauma. Times EMDR, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, uses guided eye movements to help process traumatic memories, reducing their emotional sting. Times Yoga and Movement, calm the nervous system, processing tension and restoring control to the body. Times Internal Family Systems Therapy, help survivors build self-leadership and compassion for their internal paths. He explains that talk therapy is only effective when it connects with bodily experience, not just mental analysis. Chapter 14. Creative Expression and Physical Action. Participating in play, art, dance, and movement helps survivors regain agency. Physical touch, music, and communal rhythms foster reconnection to the body and to others. This is vital for healing, as trauma often blocks the ability to feel safe in community, relationships, and even in one's own skin. Part 6. Building a Life After Trauma. Chapter 15. Filling in the Holes. Kolk encourages survivors to create new routines, relationships, and structures that support healing. A safe environment is essential. Positive connection is the single most powerful medicine. Feeling accepted, understood, and part of something larger. Chapter 16. Transforming Pain into Purpose. Survivors can become helpers, advocates, and leaders, using their wisdom to support others and break the cycle of silence. Recovery isn't forgetting, but integrating what's happened and forging a life with purpose, agency, and connection. Conclusion. The body remembers, but healing is possible. Dr. Bessel Kolk's The Body Keeps the Score offers vital hope. Trauma may shape us, but it does not have to define us. The body remembers, but the mind and heart can learn, grow, and heal. With science, compassion, and the right tools, recovery is not only possible, but transformative. Remember, healing starts by listening to what your body has always known. Emotional pain shapes the body, but compassion, connection, and courage restore it. You don't have to fight your past alone. The body keeps the score, but you decide how the next chapter will be written.